All right, superb. Thank you so much, guys, for joining in. Very good evening to everyone here. This is Abhishek, your host for Onsurity Wellness Wednesdays, back with another Power Pack session. And with us today, we have a very important guest speaker, Preeti Shah. And today's special occasion is that it's the year's last Wellness Wednesday. So we really look forward to, bringing some really nice content to you guys and end the year on a very light note, because I feel anything that you consume must be light, whether it's content or knowledge or food. And you should have a balance in whatever you consume and however you consume, right? So today's session is going to be all about managing your nutrition, managing your diet, understanding how the new year can bring the new you, and focus on things like weight loss and how you can eat things more mindful way, and enjoy a complete session where you are sort of looking forward to not just focusing on the nutrition aspect or the technical aspect of having food, but also understanding how psychology or mindfulness plays a role in in your entire transformation, and how you sort of take your lifestyle ahead, right? So this year is about to end, and we want you all to sort of have a very fresh outlook towards 2023. And to begin that, we couldn't have found a better speaker than Preeti to come and share her thoughts with us. So let me quickly introduce you to Preeti. Preeti is a certified health coach from the Institute of Integrative Nutrition in New York. She has a specialization in gut and hormonal health. And what is really interesting about her profession is that she's got a diploma in eating psychology. So before we sort of started the session, I had a very quick chat with Preeti about what eating psychology is. And she's going to touch base upon this in her session somewhere in the middle, so that you guys can have an understanding of how mindful eating really works. And it's going to be a great session. Thank you so much, Preeti, for taking out the time and joining us for Onshority's Wellness Wednesdays. And it's going to be a great session. Really looking forward to learning a lot of new things. And over to you.
Thank you, Abhishek, for that quick introduction. And I'm very excited, super excited to share whatever I have learned and whatever I've experienced. So today's session will be more on my experience, because experience counts. I'll just share my file, and then that's how we start. So I hope you all can see this. So the first concept when we talk about nutrition, lifestyle, anything, I ask my client to understand about a bio-individuality. Bio-individuality means how your body is, what are your genes you're carrying. So usually client come and give me convenient answer that asthma is running in my family, heart attacks are running in my family, so I'm more prone to it. Okay, so genes, so and I try to correct them over there. That 1/3% of the times genes matter, but it is your lifestyle, it is your nutrition, which is a 2/3 part of it. So whatever you are understanding, so whatever situation you are in, I'm 100% sure that if you put if you put efforts in right direction, you will be able to correct your any underlying condition. So do not blame on genes, and also consider bio individuality in your mind. Whatever I cover in my session, think whether it is suiting you or not. Few things suits to few people, and few thing doesn't suit to all. So make a conscious choice before you plan to implement anything in your lifestyle. So that is the first thing. Now, new year, new me, learning how to lose weight and gain mindfulness. Any resolution starts with losing weight. Whatever the age is, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, 70 years, people also when come and tell me, I want to lose weight. And problem area in this losing weight is one. Initial time, people are very much focused, motivated, and do too many things together. They are ready to do it, but you don't have time. So you have to accept your limitation, your weaknesses. Initially, it goes well, but nobody has time to do so many things, and that is the one area or the one mistake which people commit in thinking about too many things, and that's where they lose the momentum and it just fizzles out. And once you lose your track, then again you'll wait for the next Monday or the month and then in no time the new year comes. So today what we are learning is new year or the new resolutions can never be following a particular diet. If you see diet, the definition of diet is what? Is a dietary guideline of the food you consume. But when we think of a diet word, the first thing comes is restriction. So if somebody says I'm on diet, what do you think? That a person is following some diet which is restricting and they are not allowed to eat particular things. But diet in a genuine definition is the food you consume. We have totally changed the meaning of it. So today, when you see my sessions, just try and reframe what exactly is necessary and what how our perspective has changed due to this race. Yeah. So, New Year, New Me is learning how to lose weight and gain mindfulness. Now, weight gain. Weight gain is the first parameter where everybody thinks. But if I tell you, weight is not a disease. If you gain your weight, it is not a disease. You do not need to manage your weight. It is like a barometer for sure. Now, say, for example, we talk about fever. Fever is a condition which shows up when you have some infection in your body. So fever is not a problem. Problem is the underlying bacteria or virus or some infection which your body is fighting from. And you see fever. If you put it up in that context, weight gain is not a disease, but it could be a contributing factor behind so many illnesses. Like say, for example, it increases your risk of heart attacks. It increases your risk of diabetes. It increases
Obesity.
the risk of cholesterol. Yeah. So weight gain you have to manage, but it is also so don't focus only on weight gain. You will be surprised when I tell you that when my client come, I never ask them to check their weight. I ask them to not to follow it. I ask them that you correct your underlying condition. That is the mindset one should be having. And weight gain is a contributing factor, but you have to correct the things which is actually putting you on a back foot.
I think that's a very positive way of sort of looking at not curing per se, but catering to any kind of a situation or an issue, right? Because someone with a very heavy weight could be very conscious about how much they weigh or look, right? And coming from a background like you and how you sort of coach your clients, I think it's so important for people to know that it's about understanding what is the crux of it or the underlying issue behind what kind of a thing they are facing, rather than seeing it as a very big rock in their pathway, right? Because I think
Yes.
that's where most of the people fail, because they lack that motivation or that clarity to see their own problems, right? And I
Yeah.
think this is really nice, and I think people should implement this in a lot of other spheres too, like whether it's too much weight or too less of a weight as well, right? People who are conscious about gaining weight also have so much of issues in processing these kind of these kind of symptoms, right? And that's where I think your point really makes sense, that people should focus on seeing the underlying issue and working towards a positive sort of lifestyle that could translate into a better well-being.
That's true. So then next comes brain. Now, if you see, every trouble is here. We are aware of this word procrastination. We are aware of the word that come out of your comfort zone, and then only you will be able to get success. Success is there, just So, in when you're talking about weight loss journey or nutrition journey or any journey, your brain will stop you if you have particular dietary guideline which makes you uncomfortable. Like if your brain gets overwhelmed, if you feel this is too difficult task to do, in that case the brain stops you. So most of the times when you feel that you are failing, so it is mainly because your brain is playing a part. So if you're looking forward for a good nutrition or good weight loss journey, you need to understand that your brain could be the reason behind that you are not able to get success. So think of this angle as well. Now the next is understanding your body. If I want to say this slide in one sentence, I can say we have survived. Yeah. So human race, if you see that we have always tried to survive. If I give you a quick example of COVID, recent example, what we did, We were fighting with a virus which was never seen before, and we all joined together. Suddenly, the government took some action. Suddenly, we all have decided this is, if we want to survive, we have to make sure that we take some action. Now, who was behind that? Like vaccine was invented like quicker, like never before. So who was behind? Our intellect. So that is our mind, our brain, our body. So if you see, our body always tries to survive. And if you help your body and take your help from your mind, of course, your weight loss journey will be much simpler. In our body, there is inbuilt mechanism. So there are hundreds and thousands of mechanisms which make sure that our body remains safe for various viruses, various bacteria. If we consume some toxics, our body will try to detox our kidneys and our livers and our respiratory system. Every time the body keeps on working and making sure that we survive. So survival instinct is really strong in everyone. And if you hit that target, you will be able to gain a faster result. So if you see, body will try to make everything whatever you are consuming. And that is nothing but a survival mechanism. Like body wants to heal, body wants to survive. And sometimes body gives up. Like say, for example, our too many things which we are getting into, our lifestyle, our lack of nutrition, lack of active life, that all sometimes hits body. And in that, the signs, if you see that you wake up with a fatigue or you feel lethargic throughout the day, you cannot sleep well, you can't handle your stress, your digestive system goes for a toss. All those signs are like body's somewhere requires your help. So lend a hand and you will be sure of that your body will help you back, because body wants to survive. If you know this concept, it will make it really easy. So what we have covered so far, weight is important, but you know, tackle with mind and take a support from your body. Again, why? Everyone has their own why. Before starting any journey, you need to understand what is your reason that you want to reduce your weight. And in this, it is funny that this wise people change it conveniently. Like people change it in every time. First time it starts hitting in 20s and 30s when they realize that no more eat like a fish and no more eat like a pig and drink like a fish. And they realize that metabolism has gone for a toss. So that is the first stage where they think of weight loss journey. Second, fast forward to a couple of years and they'll one day see their diabetes pops up in their blood work or cholesterol comes out. Then fast forward, they start seeing the difference on the body. The skin is not glowy, a gray you can see. Again, aches and pain starts, backache, migraine, headache, acidity. Again, fast forward, you will have a joint pain. So every single stage of your life, your whys will keep on changing.
So it's
And
like a natural progression, basically. People do not need to think that you fall ill or you have issues only because there is something wrong, but it could just be a natural progression. And if in case you don't take care of your health in the right way, it could get worse. But people shouldn't think of it as a disease, like what you said earlier, right?
yeah, so what I'm trying to say that if you are in your 20s and 30s, understand that if you don't wake up today, you will be 100% chances that you will fall into some other trouble. It's nothing but
Absolutely.
a sequence.
Right.
You have to fix up your why, and because you need to take it seriously. That's why you should know that okay, why am I doing all this hard work? Because I have some reason to not to fall into something else. So this is the model which I work with my clients. It's 3R model. I say remove, replace, and rejuvenate. In simple language, you remove certain bad stuff, replace with good stuff, and rejuvenation is what exactly matters. I'll start away take the remove one. So remove is a concept of leaky bucket. I'm sure so many must have heard that if your bucket is leaky, no matter how hard you try, you will not see progress in your work or in your anything which you are trying to correct. So in that wellness journey or weight loss journey or your recovery journey, anything, you have to find out the points which adds trouble. Now I have taken few sample points, but there can be many more if you talk about it. So try and find out what are the factors which stops you. One is eating out at parties. Like, of course, we know we cannot manage without going out on weekends. And of course, everything it ends with alcohol and party. So, in that, of course, we are not saint that I'm telling you that you don't attend party. I just tell them to manage it. Now, how to quickly manage? First of all, when you go there, you don't go with that super hungry. Like if you're super hungry, you might mess up. Like you will order more, you will eat quickly. Yeah. Then so those things, if you try to manage, it will help you. You'll be able to enjoy a party as well, but you will not come back with that heaviness in the stomach, and then you pop up that digestion or something. So few things you have to manage. What else you can do? You can always order one healthy dish whenever you go out for a party. You can make sure that you chew well. You just try and mingle with your friends and talk, right? You are there to talk and mingle. You are not there to just eat. So, few things, if you manage, then eat with that small fork. Lastly, whatever is left, don't try to finish it. It's okay, you pack it and take it back home. But there's small pointers which if we manage, it will not hurt you and or hurt you hard, because we have to accept this as a part of our life. And once you accept it, then you just find out the uh, solutions, like what can be done here. Okay, this is my leaky bucket. No matter how hard I try from Monday to Friday, but it's Saturday, Sunday, if I go out, and so then of course it just goes out of the drain. So manage little bit over here. Second is eat clean food. Now, sometimes I've seen with my clients, especially, that they feel that they are eating very clean food. But when you try and focus again, there'll be mistakes which they're making it thinking that this is a clean food. So, again, see that your food should, if you're having a frozen food or especially meat or something, it should be hot enough. So, unnecessary bacteria and virus shouldn't enter in your body, or toxics shouldn't enter in your body. Raw milk is very difficult. Same cold salad. So if you go out and order some salad, just make sure that you're ordering from a right place. Eating cold stuff is quite dangerous. Wash your fruits and vegetables thoroughly before consumption. So if you do this a small stuff, what you'll be able to do, you will be able to eat fruit or vegetables with the peel, skin, and that adds a lot of fiber. So the simple changes, you have to make sure that you add it in your lifestyle. It will make your work really easy. See, for example, I have seen my clients eating granola bar. Now, just learn and read label. What all are there in that? Just because it is granola bar and protein bar something, have you understood that what exactly this label says? Those things, keep it in mind. Small awareness. If you inculcate, then it will be easier. Smoking and alcohol. So
Party time.
I am not saying, see, everyone knows, right?
Yeah.
That this smoking and alcohol hurts. So what are you doing about it? Like, say, for example, I'm not asking here to reduce everything or remove everything. Like that you will do once a doctor says to remove it. Till the time you'll not do it. So till the time I can help. Like, say, for example, smoking. If you are smoking, then you have to understand it is affecting your lungs. Now, body is trying hard to detox it, of course, but what are you doing? So make sure that you take steam whenever you are at home or something. You can visit the sauna room, see steam room or salt room, some therapy, or think of that how you can reduce the effect on the body. Uh, Body actually keeps on detoxing every day, and if you lend hand, then it will make it a little easier for your body. So when you think of your culprits, and if you think that what corrective steps you can take, that will help you for sure. Similarly,
Preeti,
alcohol.
I have a quick question. So it's very different from what we're discussing right now. But I had a colleague who recently sort of, uh, fell unconscious at work because he was on a fast and he had consumed a lot of cigarettes. So I just wanted to understand, like, if there is no intake of food that is going in your body, and if you're someone who consumes cigarettes, does that affect in some way? Like if there is a lot of gap in not going in food not going into your system, and then you binge on cigarettes
See,
by any
basically,
chance.
yeah. So basically, food gives you energy. Yeah. So once you don't consume regular food, then your blood circulation, it affects it in some or the other way. Yeah. So your cells doesn't get a good nutrition or the energy in which the body requires to work. Yeah. Now you're just having cigarette, which is a hot thing, which is burning your esophagus. That might be making you dehydrate even more. Yeah. So if
Okay.
you think that body is trying to,
The
it's
natural
extra,
metabolism is stopped basically.
no,
It's
it's
not
basically
working.
extra work for the body, that body is trying to detox or whatever, they're trying to remove the toxins which you have consumed. At the same
Right.
time, you have not given food. So where is the energy?
Right.
And dehydration, it really so then dehydration could be the reason that to fell
Okay.
unconscious, because that doesn't give the brain
Absolutely.
oxygen.
Right. Right. Right.
So it's basically too much work for the body, and body gave up. As I said, that body gives up, is cannot do
Correct.
much things all the time. So in alcohol, what I tell my clients, that first of all understand, this is harming your body. So
Right.
how do you manage it? So try to reduce one peg. Don't discuss this with your colleagues that I am going to drink less. Just you understand whether you want to reduce it or not. It should be enough. Then, between two pegs, you can consume a glass of lemon water. Lemon will make your body little alkaline, and that will help your body a little bit for sure. Now, if you see, alcohol has calorie. Now, it is 7 kilocalorie per gram. So that is much more higher than protein, and carb is equal to fat. And that is the reason that you're gaining more weight. Plus your body is treating it as an toxic, so body will try and remove it. It is a very interesting thing to know that body can metabolize only one drink or one peg in 1 hour.
Wow.
The way we drink, it's much more, so it is difficult for the body, so the digestive system goes for a toss. Your other is the body is just
Mhm.
trying to detox only. So in that, what you can do, try and reduce it a little bit. Try and having lemon water between two pegs. Try to increase the duration. Don't drink too fast. And second day, straight away get onto detox. Say, for example, in the morning. So detox water is the best way to detox. So in the morning, you can consume nariyal pani. You can consume lemon water. You can consume even milk, buttermilk, whatever. Try and wash your body. So at least your body will get some help. And this could be your, so weight loss, when we're talking about this small stuff which is putting, like you're putting in your body, and your body is busy doing that, in that the weight loss journey goes for a toss.
Correct.
So if you manage those things, it will help you for sure. So what we discussed, that what you need to remove things as in your leaky bucket. Try and find out what is in your system which might be troubling you. My parties, food, smoking, alcohol. Second is replace. Now, as I said, that you need to replace something, but this should be really slow. Slow means, as I said, if you are little uncomfortable, your brain will stop you. Your brain will not allow you to move ahead. So go really slow, small step at one time. So I tell my clients to do only one change in 15 days. So in 15 days, you try only one thing. Say, for example, if I don't eat fruit and I feel like I need to add fruit, okay, I'll start eating fruit from now to for 2 weeks. I'll try that. And second week, I'll add one more change by the time I'm settled in my fruit consumption. So small, if it is small, if you it is not adding a lot of work, then your brain will allow you to do it. It's like that. Easy doable. Say, for example, I can't pick up something as if that, okay, I want to go to gym, but gym is at 5 kilometers away.
Right.
Able to do it. Check your schedule. Check whether time is permitting you or not. Because for us, we think more about the career growth. We think more about the family. Nutrition comes last. So in that, if you make it simple, it will work. If you don't make it simple, it won't work. Make
I
you
think
have.
it's very easy preventive care to take into consideration, because I think none of us really pay attention to nutrition and health unless there's like a very big issue that comes in the body.
That's what I'm saying. Most of my clients come when they feel that
When
everything
the
is
things fall
done.
apart, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So accept it, accept it. That's why I said that you reconsider your whys. Why are you listening to me? Okay, now don't start with difficult. Sugar. I will not eat sugar from tomorrow. I will not eat out. I will not go for parties. Please don't do that. Sugar, salt are difficult stuff. And in that, what happens that they try and bash themselves. They feel that I have not. I'm basically that they take a blame on themselves that I'm not that committed. I'm not that serious enough to follow this. So don't start something which is difficult. Sugar is difficult. Never try something. You can eat fruit. You can eat vegetables. You can have a cup of curd. But if you say I want to reduce sugar, or it's a difficult task, never start that. You can do it later on, not now. Okay, nutrition. This is funny stuff, but when my client come, there is a list. So we sit and make a list. What all problems you have? Like you have digestive trouble, you have sleeping issue, you have backs, your aches and pains, you might have migraine, acidity, so many things. So we make a list of it. I start with nutrition. 2 weeks or 3 weeks, maximum 4 weeks. I start with only nutrition. I don't even touch exercise portion. Exercise portion comes after a month. 70% of the problem gets over in 1 month. Because as I said, body survival instinct, body plays a big role, and small changes we often neglect them. We feel they are not important, but I tell you that the small changes, small stuff, you do it every single day and you will get result in no time. So nutrition is my always go to. Of course there are other things, but nutrition comes first. So do that. In that, simple, now we are talking about simple. This plate you must have seen in various dietary guidelines. So usually this is what our body requires: vegetables, fruits, whole grain, protein, water, fats and oils. Of course, you can add probiotics also, like a cup of curd or something. But what is a good diet requirement for a good weight loss? Healthy plate, balanced plate, nothing else, no rocket science. If you see fruits, now you see the portions. Fruits is one, so 2 portions a day. Vegetables, so 4 portions in a day. Whole grain, why am I have written whole grain? See the carb. Carb is used for energy. Vegetables, fruits will give you vitamins, minerals, everything. So you have to reduce your carb quantity. So I'm not against that removing carbs. But carbs is not necessary to remove carb, because actually when you remove carb, you are removing fiber also. So you require carb for energy, and protein we have to focus more on. How much protein? So one thing, if you want to focus on, I would say healthy fat and healthy protein. You have to think over that. Vegetable portion and fruit portion. Manage it and you will be sorted. Anti-inflammatory influences like certain herbs and spices, it will reduce your inflammation. You have to have tea and cocoa, nuts and seeds, rainbow, various kinds of fruits and vegetables, immunity boosting food. Never fall for this, because this is a complicated thing. Like in dark chocolate, you will increase your immunity.
Right.
Okay, I understand it works, but first balance your plate. Do not overcomplicate simple things. You don't have to focus on only high protein and high fat and low carb diet. Okay, start balancing your plate, remove things which you are adding trouble, and see whether you get change or recovery or not. So what are the simple tricks? We eat 3 meals: breakfast, lunch, dinner. There is nothing else apart from breakfast is mainly at home, lunch is mainly at workplace, dinner is at home. This is usual day. So usually one third, one third, one third, one should keep it in mind. But there are few limitations. So in breakfast, usually people miss, and I tell them that eat more at breakfast, because this is the one meal which you will be able to plan it if you can plan it. And that is the whole. Even if you eat heavy the whole day, you'll be energized and easy to manage. In that, if you see, I have added paneer and paratha, upma, all food, real food I have added. Oatmeal, eggs preparation, dal rice also you can have. There's no rule that dal rice cannot be eaten in the morning. Whatever your day is like, but in the morning you can do according to your convenience. But never miss. And if you have not started breakfast, then Start slowly, but understand this is the meal which is in your hand, you're in control. And second, you have the whole day to digest. So body is also comfortable.
Also, to
Breakfast
all those who don't know, in the list there is one item called thepla that Gujaratis really love. So you should definitely go try them and add them in your breakfast for sure. And if you do that, I'm sure you won't ever feel like skipping breakfast for sure. Because I used to be someone who used to skip breakfast so much. And ever since my mother put me into the habit of having theplas in the morning, I think I've never felt like skipping breakfast. So it also means that, if you really put your head in the right space, choosing what really your body likes eating is also a good habit, right? You might want to skip breakfast for something that you don't like eating, but it could be anything, right? It doesn't have to be thepla, but then it could be anything that your body, sort of likes. And one must definitely not skip breakfast because of
Yeah,
that.
so it's basically you to just put in practice and eat actually food, you can say. So what I have said that don't eat bread, cookies. If you are not having time, you can order a sandwich in the evening, but
Right.
keep that bread for the second part. No, not now, because this is the time where you can manage. Fruits, healthy snack, dry fruit, don't eat here because that you can use it later in later half. So 40% should be breakfast and not one third. Little bit higher side. Slowly, slowly, you should reach there. Now, lunch at workplace, I have divided in three parts. One is home lunch. Like, of course, people don't carry the whole tiffins like dal and paratha, whatever. So if you can focus on sprouts or salad, dal, vegetable, whatever you're comfortable with. But moderation for sun and sweet and roti rice should be in moderation. And the other stuff, vegetables, fruit, if you see protein, that should be okay in quantity. Now it is 25% I have put because at workplace, if you eat with heavy, like heavy meals will make you feel drowsy and it will affect your work or productivity. So don't eat too much, but have mid-afternoon snack or evening snack. Now, afternoon snack, we have removed fruit from the first part. So you can add fruit here, dry fruit here, dates, healthy, good laddus. As I said, think what you are eating. It should be healthy. It should, if you feel it is clean, not necessary it is clean. Makhana, shing chana. Now, I give one tip to my clients that before you start going back home, eat something and go. So you will not get inside the kitchen first thing and will start eating whatever is available. You will not open packet of chips or a biscuit or laddu ka packet because see, end of the day we are hungry, we are tired, we are irritated, we want to unwind. That time
And
dinner
food is
time is not there.
comforting. So it's very obvious someone would just want to
Yeah.
rush to the kitchen,
So
eat
stay,
something.
stay. This is the basic mistake. So
Correct.
don't get into the kitchen straight. So why? So what do you need to do to avoid it? So this is called an eating psychology.
Right.
If you understand a psychology that you are going to behave in this particular manner when it comes to food because you're hungry, accept it, right? So before going to home, like even if you have 1 hour in traffic, eat something and go. So that portion will be taken care of. Dinner, again, whatever is made, but chew well, don't overeat. Two things, and don't go too much on roti and rice because it's ultimately a carb. And in our lifestyle, everybody, like we all are, we eat late by 7, 8, 9. Like who eats at 7? We don't eat at 7, 8 or 9 something. We don't have too much time later on. So that's why understand, accept that this is the problem and eat light and chew well. So what you can do in replacement, a conscious choice while you order fried versus grilled, baked. As I have mentioned that small changes makes a lot of difference. So if you change your perspective a little bit while eating a brown bread or rice instead of white bread, or eating a whole wheat instead of a white flour, it makes difference. Eating white meat instead of red meat. Why people ask me what difference it makes? I'm saying little difference it's gonna make, but we are looking for little only. No, we are looking for a miracle overnight. So this little difference, if you do it every day, it will give you good result. You don't have to put a lot of efforts to see that result. Small efforts taken every single day with mindfulness works. So what was in the replace? Balance your plate, adjust meal portions, accept what is your schedule, whether you can eat heavy lunch or not, or dinner or not, whatever. Adjust according to your schedule. Replace healthy options and don't overcomplicate. Don't fall for stuff You can remove it. This is the last one. Ultimately, what we are doing, we have to be easy on ourselves. So in our career, it is interesting. In our career, if you expect that, okay, you have to reach at particular place in 1 year, you will yourself say that, no, it's not possible. The growth is always at a slower pace. I cannot work so much and perform overnight. So why do we expect that from when it comes to our body? Go easy on yourself. It's okay if you have missed something, you get back on your feet. Add detox as a part of your life because we are overdoing with the toxics. Detox should be a part of our life. Think about your passion. So at the end of the day, when I go to sleep, I will not be happy thinking I had eaten an apple, but I'll be happy thinking that, oh, there was some appreciation from my side. Oh, I did something which helped me. I met my friends. Think of your passion, that will help you for sure. And if you're happy, the nutrition, wellness, weight loss, everything will sort out. And feed your brain. So that again, I'll share. So the last is rejuvenation. Sleep. Don't cut your sleeping hours, because sleep, when your body is sleeping, your body heals or recovers. So do not have that mindset. Of course, these are the big topics on which the whole session can be taken. So I'll be a little faster. Exercise, always there's an option. As I give you option in alcohol or parties, similar way, if you think of an exercise, there will be options. Like if you have the full day, I agree, but you can of course give 15 minutes post dinner, or in the morning, early in the morning, or maybe after lunch, just go for a quick walk, just move your body. But say yes for this, nothing else. Stress is a funny thing. Everyone says, I don't have stress. I'm absolutely settled. But the things that if you observe yourself, so today I'll give you example or homework, that tomorrow just see, and how many times like you're breathing well. Are you breathing deeply or breathing shallow? Do you think that your body is comfortable? And you'll understand whether you are stressed or not. 90% of the time. So there is condition called email apnea, which people forget when they're working, they forget to breathe. So, so yeah, I don't want to debate that you don't have stress. I'm just saying that breathing exercises, try and put it in your lifestyle. So slow change when you think. Do not ignore this, because this can be culprit.
Right.
Brain, as I said, feed your brain. So do things which adds passion for you. Do things which makes you happy, and at the end of the day, if you're happy, at the end of this is the end of my presentation, that if you're happy, whatever we are doing it here, with the weight loss, with the weight gain, with the recovery from illnesses, you have to be happy and you should accept yourself. So what was the rejuvenation? Is focus is always on you. You should be able to sleep well. You should have an active body. Like, it's not like I have aches and pains and I can't walk. This should be your why, that I'll have an active body after 70 years. Healthy brain. I want to remember my grandchildren's names, and I could be able to manage my stress. I don't want to get irritated like an oldies. This should be your end result.
Right.
And how do you put it in action? As I've discussed, these were the small changes which I have discussed. What to remove, what to replace, what matters, what doesn't matter. So if you feel that you are focusing on your happy self, you'll not bash yourself too much if you are doing some mistake. So mindfulness, you have to understand what is actually works and what actually helps. If you are aware, it's enough. Follow 24/7. It's not that I'll follow from tomorrow. Start from today. What is stopping you? I'm not giving you any hard stuff. I'm just asking you to be aware and live with mindfulness. What matters? That's it. So after this session, I want to ask that, what was your resolution, and what have you thought that what could be your resolution? New. And you have to start from today.
Amazing.
Because, as I said, it's 24/7. I want to see how many of you have managed 31st December party. what resolutions you are keeping it for New Year? Ultimately, if you try to keep things simple, it will help you more. Right. So yeah, this is the end of the session.
Amazing.
And I
Thank
think
you
I've
so much,
stopped
Preeti.
this.
I think that sort of brings us to the Q&A now, which I'm sure we've already got like a lot of questions throughout the session. And I request all of you to please put down your questions on the chat box below, and we'll take them up one by one. But before that, I would like to thank you again, Preeti, for uncomplicating things today for me and for everyone here today. And I think that's the biggest takeaway all of us should have today, is to uncomplicate life. This is the season to slow down. And since everyone is slowing down, it's not necessary that you too have to slow down in every aspect. But yes, slow down in terms of not being hard on yourself, taking nutrition, taking lifestyle, taking your diet very seriously, taking small steps, baby steps, one day at a time, and taking the initiative starting today is what really matters. And whether or not we all follow our resolutions in the coming year or we don't, I think what's really important is that from today's session, all of us should be able to take one very important takeaway, which is being aware, right? Because you are aware of what Preeti told you guys today, it is so important that you'll be able to make better resolutions. You'll be able to make better decisions. You will know exactly why you're doing what you're doing, right? So, losing your weight or gaining mindfulness is not a complicated task. If you really look forward to you rejuvenating your lives, as simple as being happy could be your starting line, and you could easily finish this by taking baby steps towards your nutrition and diet. So thank you so much, Preeti. It's been really insightful, and I think all of us have learned a lot. Now I'm just gonna quickly go to the Q&A
Yeah.
and start with the questions we have. Oh my god, a lot of questions. So we have Rahul asking, eating roti at lunch and dinner every day, is it healthy or not?
Yeah, so common question. So go back to your genes, whether you have eaten roti and rice from the early age or not. Say, for example, I have eaten roti all throughout my life. My ancestors has also eaten roti, so I have a good genes which I can digest. So in that, you can of course follow. Only keep it in mind that you don't overdo, because ultimately it's a carb, and you don't overdo because it will make you gain more weight. So don't remove it. And in the dinner time, try to reduce a little bit. Little by little, because as I said, that we don't have too much of time to digest. And once your body is done digesting, then your body will start healing or repairing. So that's the reason. Otherwise, I'm not against roti at all.
Rahul, I hope that answers your question. We have someone asking, can we eat multigrain breads in breakfast?
So as I said, multi-grain bread, of course, bread is something which I don't encourage to have, because you can use it later in the later time, in the evening time, or whenever you go out. But if you try and focus that in my breakfast, I'll eat absolutely healthy and no complicated stuff. So if you
Mhm.
think that upma, poha, thepla versus bread, you know that it is not as healthy as the other stuff. So you pick up consciously. Okay,
Right.
few days you can have, but not every day. It's like that. Not. I don't encourage.
Got it. We have Christina asking that after diet and exercise, I can still not see the weight loss. What could be the reasons, Preeti?
So diet always puts you in that. So what kind of diet you have done, whether you have underlying condition or not. But what I have noticed usually that people miss these small parts like binge eating, craving portion, or so. After this session, try and find out your healthy habits. Like where is the miss? Try and sit with your list. What are you observe yourself for 2 weeks only, and try and see what are the reasons. What could be the reason? Sometimes, if you are on some medication or there's underlying condition, then there is a very difficult for you to lose weight. In that time, you've taken help of a profession. But apart from this, the small mistakes are the reason that you're not losing weight. And the other stuff is that you are into the same routine. Your body is, so whenever we're doing extreme diet or exercise, our body gets into a trauma. Like say, for example, body starts holding, as I said, survival instinct. So there
Right.
are studies where people were on a strict diet, or maybe the food was not like, so you can say that. So that time body started holding on the calories. So that also could be the reason. So don't get into extreme, try and uncomplicate your life and see whether it works or not. And exercise, try and change. Say, for example, body is so. In one interesting report I read, that if marathon runner, when the body starts running, but our muscles gets used to it, and body then stops losing weight with that also. Like body gets used to particular kind of exercise
Exercise,
regime.
right?
So try and change your dietary lifestyle and change your exercise regime and see whether it helps.
Christina, I would suggest you should consult with Preeti. You could definitely connect back to her on LinkedIn and take up a dietary consultation from her sometime. We have Aarti asking, is eating millets every day good, or should I include white plain rice as well?
So I don't encourage to eat one thing every day. It has to be variety in your diet, whatever the fruit, vegetables, grains, millet is good, of course, but we don't get bored. As I said, the moment you will get bored, you will stop it. And then ultimately you will grab. This is an eating psychology. When you are doing some routine stuff, like we require some variety in our lifestyle or in our diet. So don't get into routine. And second, every food has a different vitamins, minerals, protein content. So eating variety is the thing which we want. So you can have millet, you can add rice sometimes, you can eat something else and not millet and rice. That is also fine. So eat, add varieties and don't stick on one thing. So eating apple every day, no, no. Eating millet every day, no, no.
We have
Don't.
a good student who's come out to say that I will be sleeping at home only, ma'am, no party today.
I'm not saying I might go to party, but I know how to manage. Don't take me wrong here.
We have Vineet asking, what is the ideal time of sleeping hours, Preeti?
So sleeping hours is different from people to people. Even every single thing, as I said, genes play a big part into this. Few people can sleep so well, like peacefully, for 5 hours, 6 hours is enough for them. So
Hmm.
ask yourself whether you wake up fresh, whether you straight away ask for coffee or you require to push your body, whether you wake up without alarm, how are you throughout your day. So if you are comfortable in your own regime, that by 5 to 6 hours or 6 to 8 hours or 8 to 10 hours, so don't add anything beyond 8 or 9. 5 up to 5 to 8 is okay if your body is comfortable. So I hope you understood what exactly I'm trying to say here.
Great. We have Sneha asking, gained weight because of a sitting job or a desk job. Can you please suggest some little exercise for the back office jobs?
So move your body. I have written one article on chronic pain, and on my website, I have written various blogs. Only one reason, that your blood circulation, any particular exercise, whatever exercise you do, just move your body, and that will help you. So you don't require, so as I said, don't complicate things, and it works. So, say for example, your sitting job, but of course, if you want to go for a, so I ask my client to take the phone and walk. Then I
Hmm.
ask them to go for a water break or go for some change. But in your lifestyle, you will be able to understand, or you will be able to tell me or decide more that where are the ways where you can add movement. So even walking is fine. Then that time, then you get and take stairs, or that is also fine. Then you take some stretching, then that is fine. But start from somewhere. It's not that only stretching will help, only sitting will help. There are, of course, ways where you can add movement, but you have to think. You have to think according to your job or whatever.
Right. Rahul asks again that how can he identify what nutrition he is lacking? Is there a way to identify any nutrition that you're lacking?
So there is no need to do that. That's why I've added these two slides: anti-inflammatory
Right.
and immunity boosting. Usually, if you see in any country guideline, it is very difficult to count protein, to count calorie intake, because every food has various things. Very difficult to count all those things. And why do you want to get into it? Because you will be able to count 1 day, 2 day, 3 days, then you will stop. So if you are curious, please count. But I am not curious. I have never counted. No. Ultimately, your weight is your body shows good signs. Your weight is balanced. You have a good hair skin quality, and you have energy. Your digestive system is fine. Then it should be enough. And do blood work once in 6 months. So that will put you on track.
So Ulas has a question, which is, I think, very common that we've heard from our mothers. That is roti eating that excludes wheat. Wheat ke bina wali roti. Is it good to have every day such kind of a roti?
So,
Anything that does not have wheat, basically.
so
Is
you're
it good
talking
to
about
have?
ragi and bajra and all those things, right? So
Right.
basically, it is good in managing your insulin level.
Mm.
So wheat basically it's a carb. It has a faster release of glucose. And if you
Mm.
think of bajra and ragi and all, it is a slower. It releases glucose in a slower manner. So it's always good if you add variety in your diet. Yeah, but if you don't add it, then if you will gain weight, it's not the right thing to think.
Correct. Yes.
So it will add variety, and you will get to eat more grains, and your protein intake will be higher, but not necessary that it is a reason for your weight gain.
We have Amit asking, is eating oats roti in lunch and dinner fine?
Yeah, absolutely fine. As I said, that oats, all grains, multigrains, wheat, roti, whatever. Oats is a healthy way of adding more fiber and more protein. So if you're liking it, why not?
Correct. We have Ankur asking, is khakra good for breakfast?
Khakra, I like to eat. And so khakra, I try to keep it in moderation because the khakra is always outside, that we don't make it
Right.
at home. Nobody makes it at home nowadays. It is added with ghee. Now, if it is not with the pure ghee, it will be some other ghee. So it puts in a question mark.
Hmm.
I'm talking about it, absolutely clean food. So I try to eat that 3 times a week. So think that whether is this anything inside this product which I'm eating. And if you feel absolutely clean, then you can eat every day. But if you feel okay, it could be some question mark, then think and put it in moderation.
Right. How to avoid acidity or low digestion? Vinod.
Acidity is a very wide topic. Again, I have a blog and a video on my website on YouTube channel. Please look it, check, and you will get more idea. But acidity basically, so acid our body generates, stomach generates to kill bacteria. Now, just because the acid remains in our stomach and it doesn't flow back, there is a valve called a sphincter, which
Hmm.
keeps usually which is closed. When there is too much of acid, that the sphincter opens up, and the acid with mixed with food, it comes up and it starts burning everything. So there are few things they have to follow, as if that what are the stimulator for that sphincter could be spice, could be spicy stuff and the other spices. Then
Hmm.
chocolate, coffee, tomato, citrus food more will generate more acid. Then even coffee, chocolate also hurts. So you have to remove those. So I put them into the strict removal. I remove that everything for at least 2 weeks. And once the acidity starts settling, then you add something which can reduce your heatiness in your body. So it's, as I said, it's a wide topic, but I have a blog which you can see. You have to tackle it mindfully. Otherwise, you 21 days, if you manage it, I guess you can come out of it for sure.
We have Amit asking, drinking cumin, cinnamon tea, and green tea after lunch and dinner, is it okay?
Absolutely okay. It will help your digestive system to digest food very easily. You can have it for sure without a problem, but don't overdo for anything. Like, say, for example, green tea detoxifies your body. I have seen a mistake when people do too much on green tea. They drink green tea on empty stomach. Never do that, because green tea has an property which can detoxify your body. And when there is no energy in the body, the chances are more that you fall unconscious, as you have told me before. So never overdo, but it is
Right.
healthy.
Superb. We have one last question from Kishan asking regarding exercise. After doing particular exercise for few months, I felt like I have reached saturation
Yeah.
because there will be no more effects on my body. Should I need to push harder?
Variety. So as before, similar question was there when the weight was, she was not losing weight, and no matter how much exercise they do. So in that, your body is used to one particular kind of exercise, and your body has figured out how to manage your weight with the same exercise regime. So in that, you have to find out the other options. Like, say for example, you can hit nutrition. You can also find out some variation in your exercise level. If you have never tried to swim, try that. Try to run, cycle. So find out like what is the other variation. You can of course go little harder here, but instead of that, you can also hit the other portions which are not addressed yet. So that way you can, but it's a slow process. Once you reach to saturation level, it takes some time and patience to reach to the another level. It's like a jump, but it is possible.
I think we have 2 more minutes for one last question. Shweta asks, is intermediate fasting a good way to lose weight following with normal food routine like roti, dal, sabzi?
So, as I said, I never do anything which I cannot follow for my life. So, intermittent fasting has shown a really good benefits. It has corrected major problems. But at the same time, there are two things one need to be really careful that because you are reducing your nutrition, your body ultimately requires nutrition for sure. You are reducing your food intake, but then what you are eating, that also matters. Like you have to have that healthy fat, you have to have vegetables and fruits and protein and all those intake which actually feeds your body. That is one number one point. And second, once you stop it, you're not going to do it forever. Are you going to do it forever? If not, then what happens once you stop it?
Right.
You might go back to square one. So don't do anything which can give you some result which is temporary, and then once you stop it, it comes back. So try something which you can follow for your life that works the best.
Correct. I think that really makes sense. All right. Thank you so much, Preeti. With that, we come to the end of the Q&A. Wonderful, wonderful session once again. It was amazing. I think we've got so many questions, but we're short of time. So we'll probably ask attendees to please go DM, Preeti on LinkedIn, reach out to her, share your queries, or you can drop an email to us, and we would be, more than happy to come back to you with answers. And it was a very good session. Thank you so much, Preeti. Very insightful. And I think a lot of takeaways, and people have been commenting about how rejuvenating the session was. And it's such a nice way to start the new year. So I think nothing could have been better than having you on our last Wellness Wednesday for 2022. And to everyone who has stayed with us this year on Onsurity's Wellness Wednesdays, we really look forward to seeing you in the coming year. Please do join our sessions every Wednesday. And if you like today's session, please go on LinkedIn, drop a review, tag on Surety, tag Preeti, and you can also suggest us for any new topics that you're looking forward to having sessions on. And we would be really happy to, bring those topics for you. And thank you so much, Preeti, for taking out this time and, giving your full heart and soul in making such a nice presentation for all of us, and really for that matter uncomplicating things, because I think that was really needed for this year. And a very wide topic like nutrition is very difficult to cover in 1 hour, but I think you had a very strategic way of covering almost everything and giving it a very nice angle of wellness to it. So really appreciate your hard work, and thank you so much once again.
Thank you, Abhishek, for inviting me, and thank you for the wonderful audience. I love when audience connect with me. Question answer is my favorite part,
Yes.
and I hope I could answer it. So thank you, audience, and thank you, On Surety, to invite me here. And I hope that you have wonderful new year.
Yes. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to you as well.
Same to you all. Thank
All
you.
Thank you so much.